All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to N54 Racing Channel. I got Sammy behind the camera now, and we are going to do an install video on this G80 M3. We're doing a port injection from Precision Raceworks. So this is what all comes in the kit. You have your fuel rail. You have six. We ordered 750cc injectors. They come with the certificate, and you get some fittings. Some quick disconnect lines right here, and of course a drill guide with a drill bit for the port injection on the stock manifold, along with 3 bolts here which will be holding down the fuel rail to the intake manifold. Now I tried searching for videos because I haven't installed this kit on this vehicle, and I couldn't find anything. They don't have anything released on their website. As of yet, there is nobody really that has a video on how to install this. So I reached out to them, to Precision Raceworks. They guided me as far as where these lines are gonna go. So to make it easier for you guys that are doing this install, we're just gonna document it. And then if you are doing this by yourself in your garage, then it should be a lot easier to do. So the first thing we did in preparation was we removed all of the injectors from the bag, along with the 6 clips that hold them down. And then this is the orientation it's gonna go. These bolts go towards the driver's side of the car. They're gonna bolt to the intake manifold. The injector plugins will be facing the engine block or passenger side of the vehicle. And then you have these clips here that just clip them in and secure them. So pop those in, put the clips in, and then your fuel rail will be ready to go. The next thing, being that this is the front of the fuel rail, you're gonna grab this block off port here, and you're gonna screw this in and then tighten it down. You don't have to go crazy with the tightening. It has an O-ring in there, so just snug it up and then tighten it. And then we'll have to come over to the car. Now, you don't have to take off as much as we did. We're doing other things to the car. So we did front mount intakes. We are doing a Visconti flex fuel kit, reflex install, and we have our ECU that's sent out to Femto. So for now, the main thing that you need to do is get access to the intake manifold here. So these are the ports that we're gonna be drilling. There's 6 of them, of course. We're going to be removing this bracket here. So it's a small, I believe E8, it looks like, external Torx, size 8. So we're going to pop this line off here. I'm going to unconnect it there. We're going to get this bracket out of the way, and then we'll set up for our drilling. We will want to disconnect this, looks like a map sensor from here. So just pry this connector, push down on it, and it should disconnect right there. Now that that's out of the way, we'll go ahead and grab, it's actually an E6. One more right there. And then get a little clip tool, and then you can pry this harness right here off of this, and we won't be using this again. Okay, so at this point we disconnected the map sensor from this PCV hose here, or vacuum hose I should say, so this can be out of the way. It's a 10 millimeter that holds this onto the manifold. We just unscrew that. It's probably not necessary, but it just gives you better working room. So now we have access to all of the ports for the manifold. So we'll go ahead and get our jig set up and we'll start drilling. All right, so we have our first jig in here, and all I did was, because it's kind of a tight squeeze, just grab a small little hammer, lightly tap it. You'll feel when it can't go any further. Get your drill ready with the provided drill bit. Just go in there and slowly you'll feel it come through, and it'll actually pull out all of the plastic so it's not going inside of the intake manifold. And then just wiggle out this, and then you'll see we have our first hole here. That's where the injector, the port injector, is going to go into right there. Now we'll move on to the next one. Just put it in there and then slowly tap. All right, so we are on number 5 out of the 6, and I'm having an issue where my drill is actually in contact with this here. Now this piece is just, it holds the engine cover to the motor. So this actually is screwed on. You can grab a T40 and just take this off. It screws off. So now we should have access again, or we should have room to finish drilling. So for the last one, you don't have to remove this, but you will have to unclip this harness right here that's attached to the manifold, just so you have access. And that's it. Now we have all 6 ports drilled out. I will come over here, and this is the orientation. So this line right here with the blue 90-degree, this will go into your rail. Basically, if you're looking at the back of the car, that's gonna go right there. On here is gonna go your T, the bottom of the T. And it's going to be like so. So if you come around here, if you're looking at the back of the car that way, your shorter line is going to go to the left. And your longer line is going to go on the right. And just how you see it here is how it's going to go into the car. So this will attach to the port rail. And this will basically replace your stock fuel line, which is right over here. So right down the middle, we're gonna have the rail. Now, my situation is a little different because we have the Visconti flex fuel kit. So we have our ethanol sensor there using the stock fuel line. But if you don't have this, it still is going to work the same, because your stock fuel line will be connected down there. So it's really in the same spot. So this will go here. This connects to the fuel rail. This will connect right there. And then this line here is gonna come around and connect right here. So I'll basically be deleting this stock fuel line there. Now what we will have to do before you go tightening all of this, leave that separately. We grab our rail, screw this on first, the outside of the car, that way you have more room to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up. Don't forget to tighten this up all hand tight, and we'll check back when we go to install our line. Our fuel rail, I'm gonna go ahead and mount that line underneath that harness. Just go ahead and press down. We'll get our screws. These look like T30s. T30? Now I'm not going to just zap it in all the way, I'm just going to start them, start the threads. There's one. Two. And then the last one. Now this we probably will have to remove this harness just to be able to get access to this T30 over here. Okay, so we did have to remove this bracket here. This was attached right there, and it had an E6 screw there and one behind it over here. Basically, that's got to come out of the way to give us access to this T30 bolt that holds on the fuel rail. So just slowly tighten those. You don't want to go crazy on it because this is a plastic manifold. You don't want to strip it. Just kind of check it over and make sure that all the seals are in, nothing's pinched, that everything's sealed the way it should, and it looks like it is. Alright, so now we will go ahead and put our T-fitting on here and connect our fuel line. Alright, so once you have these nice and tight, we'll go ahead and connect It's gonna go right here. In my case, it's gonna go to this 180 elbow. If you're not running this kit, it's gonna go straight to the fuel line down there. And then this is gonna go right there. I believe that's an 18. I'll grab our wrench. Snug that up. And then this is just gonna sit right there. I'm gonna try to keep it nice and low because we have our cowling that's gonna sit there. Just gonna go over all your connections, make sure everything's tight. That's all good. That's on there. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the installation. Now everything else we're just gonna put back in reverse order. So we're gonna put our harness back on, put our vacuum hoses back how they were. Don't forget to connect anything that you unplugged, map sensor, or manifold pressure sensor, and the map sensor right here. It's gonna go there. Yeah, and then I will go ahead and double check the tightness of this bolt here, and that's it. If you guys have any questions on the install or you get stuck anywhere, feel free to shoot me a message. Or send me an email at boostedbeamerchicago@gmail.com, and we'll try to help you out as much as we can. Hope that you found this tutorial useful. Like I said, we were stuck. We didn't really have any videos to go off of. I've never installed a Precision Raceworks kit, but it's very simple once you see how everything goes. Yeah. So stay tuned. We're still in the move, like the previous video that we showed. We're just trying to finish up some cars here at the old location so we can get them out, and then we'll have more videos on that. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.